The wrong bottle of coolant at a gas station cost one of my customers $9,000. A $12 bottle of transmission additive turned a rough shift into a $5,500 rebuild. And a $40 cold air intake off Amazon destroyed an $11,000 engine. I see this stuff every month. In this video, I am showing you 9 products you should never use on your Ram, and 4 that I personally put on every truck in my shop. Let's begin. Number 9. Oil additives and engine treatments. I had a customer bring his 2019 Ram 1500 in last year with a lifter tick on cylinder number 7. Before coming to me, he had already dumped 3 different products into his oil trying to fix it. Lucas Oil Stabilizer, STP engine treatment, and some stuff called ProLube his neighbor swore by. The tick was worse than when it started, and when I drained the oil, it looked like chocolate milk mixed with glitter. Here's the thing. Your Ram owner's manual says it plainly. The manufacturer strongly recommends against the addition of any additives to the engine oil. That is not my opinion. That is Ram telling you not to do it. Modern engine oil already has a carefully balanced additive package inside it. When you pour something on top, you are altering the chemistry of a product that was designed to work a specific way inside your engine. On the Hemi, this matters even more. The MDS system on 2009 through 2024 models relies on precise oil viscosity to activate and deactivate lifters on cylinders 1, 4, 6, and 7. Throw in a product that changes viscosity or friction behavior, and those solenoids start acting up. The lifters that are supposed to collapse do not collapse fully. The ones that are supposed to lock do not lock properly. That is exactly what happened to my customer's truck. He spent $36 on 3 bottles of engine treatment and ended up needing a $4,800 cam and lifter replacement. If your oil is not protecting your engine, the answer is better oil, not a bottle of mystery fluid off the shelf. Number 8. Green coolant on any Ram built after 2013. I cannot count how many times I have seen this one. A guy pulls into the shop with a heater that barely blows warm and a coolant reservoir that looks like somebody mixed a milkshake in it. I ask what happened. Same story every time. He was low on coolant, stopped at a gas station, grabbed a jug of the green stuff, and poured it in. Every Ram built after 2013 uses an OAT coolant meeting Mopar spec EMS.90032. It is purple. When conventional green coolant mixes with that purple oat formula, the chemistry breaks down and the mixture turns into a thick gel that clogs everything it touches. Heater core, radiator, water pump seals, all of it. The water pump is already a known weak point on the 2014 through 2018 HEMIS, with some failing as early as 30,000 miles. Pouring green coolant into a system that is already borderline is like lighting a match next to a gas can. One dealer I know documented a $9,000 complete cooling system replacement on a 2017 Laramie because of a single wrong top-off. Heater core, radiator, water pump, every hose, full labor, all from about $1 worth of the wrong coolant. Keep a jug of the correct purple Mopar oat in your truck at all times. A gallon costs $20. If you are stranded and the only option is water, use distilled water temporarily. That is infinitely safer than grabbing the wrong color off the shelf. Number 7. Universal coolant. This one is sneakier because it sounds safe. The label says all vehicles. It has every logo on the back. You would think if it says it works in everything, it works in your Ram. Not exactly. Universal coolants can contain silicates and phosphates that are not in the OAT formula your Ram needs. Stellantis uses silicone-based gasket sealants throughout the cooling system on every Ram from 2013 forward, and certain chemicals found in universal coolants, specifically potassium 2-ethylhexanoate, degrade those sealants over time. You might not notice anything for 6 months or even a year. But inside the system, those gaskets are slowly breaking down, and by the time you find the leak, the damage is already expensive. The correct OTT coolant costs about $20 per gallon. A cooling system repair from using the wrong stuff starts at $2,000 and climbs fast once the heater core gets involved. Not the place to save a few bucks. But coolant mistakes are at least easy to avoid once you know the right color. This next one catches people because the product looks legit and the reviews are great. Number 6. Cheap no-name cold air intakes. I had a guy tow his 2017 Ram 1500 into my shop after driving through a flooded intersection he had crossed 100 times before. The water was about 2 inches deeper than usual that day. That was enough. His $40 Amazon cold air intake had the filter mounted low behind the front bumper with zero water protection. Water got sucked straight into the engine and destroyed it. When water enters a cylinder, the piston tries to compress it. Water does not compress. Something has to give, and it is always the engine internals. Connecting rods bend, cylinder walls crack, and in the worst case, the rod punches clean through both sides of the block. That is called hydrolock, and it is instant, catastrophic, and not covered by warranty if you installed an aftermarket intake. His engine replacement cost $11,000. If you want a cold air intake, spend the money on an S&B at $300 to $400 or a K&N at $250 to $350. Both have sealed air boxes with built-in water protection. Or just drop a K&N reusable filter into your factory airbox for $50 to $65. The stock airbox is already well designed. You get the deeper intake sound without the risk of drinking a puddle and killing the motor. Number 5. Fuel injector cleaners poured into your engine oil. I need to be specific here because there is a lot of confusion around this one. Pouring a fuel system cleaner into your gas tank occasionally is generally fine on the Hemi. I'm talking about the guys who pour seafoam or similar solvents directly into the engine oil or feed it through a vacuum line into the intake manifold because a YouTube video told them it cleans carbon deposits. On older carbureted engines, this was standard practice. On a modern 5.7 or 6.4 Hemi with tight clearances, oxygen sensors, and catalytic converters, dumping solvents into the oil system strips the protective film off cylinder walls and bearing surfaces while the engine is running. That is the worst possible time to remove lubrication. It can swell or shrink rubber seals depending on the formula, and the chemical residue that gets pushed through the exhaust can poison the catalytic converter. A CAT replacement on a Ram 1500 runs $1,000 to $2,500. If your Hemi is running well and you are filling up at Shell, Exxon, Chevron, or Costco, those fuels already have detergent packages that keep injectors clean. If something feels off, check your spark plugs first. Clean the throttle body with a rag and some CRC cleaner, and replace your air filters. That fixes 90% of sluggish Hemis without pouring a single chemical into anything. Number 4. Wrong weight motor oil. I talk to Ram owners about this almost every week. A guy came through the shop last month running 5W30 in his 2021 Hemi because his buddy told him thicker oil helps with lifter tick. It does not. What it does is starve the MDS system. On 2020 and newer Hemis, the spec is 0W20. On 2009 through 2019 Hemis, it is 5W20. On the 6.4 in the 2500 and 3500, it is 0W40. On the 6.7 Cummins, 15W40 conventional or 5W40 synthetic. The MDS solenoid passages are engineered for a specific viscosity. Thicker oil cannot flow through them fast enough, so the cylinder deactivation system starts misbehaving. You end up stressing the exact lifters and solenoids you were trying to protect, and here is the part that really hurts. Running the wrong viscosity gives the dealer grounds to deny your warranty claim. Even if the oil you used was a premium product, if it is the wrong weight, you handed them a free excuse. I have seen it happen. Run what the manual says, change it every 5,000 miles, and stop overthinking it. If you are finding this helpful, hit subscribe. I cover Ram maintenance tips and money-saving tricks every week so you can keep your truck on the road and out of the shop. Number 3. Coolant stop leak products. I understand why people buy these. You see the coolant level dropping, you do not want to spend $500 on a diagnostic, and there is a $10 bottle of Bars Leaks at AutoZone that promises to fix it. Sometimes it even works for a few months. That is the trap. Those products dump particles into your cooling system that are supposed to collect at the leak and seal it. But the particles do not know where the leak is. They circulate through everything. I have cut open heater cores from Rams that had stop leak in them, and the inside looked like they were packed with wet sand. The tiny passages were completely blocked. On a 2015 Ram 1500 I worked on, the original problem was a thermostat housing gasket that would have cost $150 in parts to fix properly. The owner poured in 2 bottles of K-Seal instead. 6 months later, his heater core was clogged, his water pump was grinding, and the repair bill was over $3,000. Fix the leak properly or top off your coolant manually until you can afford to. Stop leak products are never the answer on a modern cooling system. Number 2. Cheap diesel fuel additives on a CP4 Cummins. This one is specific to 2019 and 2020 Ram 2500 and 3500 trucks with the 6.7 Cummins, and any Ram with the 3.0 Eco Diesel from 2014 through 2022. Those trucks came with the Bosch CP4 high-pressure fuel pump, which is the most failure-prone fuel pump in the diesel world right now. The CP4 uses the diesel fuel itself as its only source of internal lubrication. It is extremely sensitive to anything that changes the fuel's properties. Some popular additives contain alcohol-based solvents or emulsifiers that allow water to stay mixed into the fuel instead of separating out at the water separator filter. The CP4 cannot tolerate any water whatsoever. When water reaches the pump internals, it causes metal-on-metal contact, and the pump shreds itself from the inside out, sending microscopic metal shavings through every injector, fuel rail, and fuel line in the truck. Complete fuel system replacement. $8,000 to $12,000. I worked on a 2020 Ram 2500 where the owner had been running a bargain brand diesel additive from a truck stop for about 6 months. His CP4 failed at 52,000 miles. Every single injector was contaminated. The entire fuel system had to be replaced. If you have a CP4 truck and want to run an additive, Power Service Diesel Clean is the only one Cummins has officially endorsed by name. That is what I use, and that is what I tell every diesel customer who walks through my door. Everything else is a gamble you cannot afford to lose. Number 1. Transmission fluid additives. A customer brought his 2016 Ram 1500 in last month complaining about harsh shifts between second and third gear. Before coming to me, he had poured Lucas Transfix into the transmission trying to smooth things out. The shifts got worse. When I dropped the pan, the fluid was darker than it should have been, and the clutch material on the magnet told me the damage was already happening. The ZF 8-speed in the Ram 1500 is one of the best automatic transmissions ever made. BMW uses it, Bentley uses it, Rolls-Royce uses it. It runs 40 different shift maps depending on driving conditions, and every one of those maps is calibrated for one specific fluid. ZF LifeGuard 8. When you add an additive, you change the friction characteristics the computer expects. Shifts start slipping, grabbing, or flaring. Some additives swell the seals inside the valve body and create internal pressure problems. Others reduce friction in ways that cause the torque converter clutch to slip, building heat that accelerates wear on everything inside. A ZF 8-speed rebuild runs $3,500 to $6,000. If your transmission is shifting rough, the fix is fresh. ZF LifeGuard 8 fluid and a new filter pan assembly, not a $12 bottle poured on top of burnt fluid. Change the fluid, not the chemistry. Those are the 9 products to keep away from your Ram. Now let me show you 4 that I personally use and recommend to every customer who comes through my shop. Number 4. Oil catch can. Pull the intake manifold off any Hemi with 80,000 or more miles and you will find thick yellow sludge caked on every surface. That is oil vapor from the PCV system getting recycled back through the intake, and over thousands of miles it builds up and chokes the engine from the inside. An oil catch can sit in line between the PCV valve and the intake manifold and traps that vapor before it re-enters the engine. You empty the can every oil change. UPR makes a billet aluminum unit for $80 to $120. Mishimoto makes a direct fit kit for 4th and 5th generation Rams for about $150. It does not add horsepower and it does not fix existing deposits. What it does is stop new ones from forming every mile going forward. If you are keeping your Ram past 100,000 miles, this is the cheapest long-term investment you can make. I put one on every Hemi I personally own. Number 3. Power Service Diesel Anti-Gel. If you drive a Cummins in cold weather, this is not optional. When temperatures drop, paraffin wax in the diesel fuel crystallizes, clogs the fuel filter, and kills fuel flow to the injection pump. I have seen it happen to guys who thought the fuel station was selling winter-treated diesel. The station's underground tank heater was broken, and nobody knew. The truck gelled up 10 miles down the road. Power Service Diesel Clean in the white bottle is the only additive Cummins has endorsed by name. It lowers the cold filter plugging point of your fuel, which is the temperature at which wax crystals block the filter. For extreme cold below -15 Fahrenheit, double the dose. A bottle costs about $12 and treats 100 gallons. That is the cheapest roadside insurance a diesel owner can carry. I keep a bottle in every diesel truck that comes through my shop during winter. Number 2. Nickel Anti-Seize on spark plug threads. About $8 for a tube that lasts years. The Hemi uses steel spark plugs threaded into aluminum heads. Over thousands of heat cycles, those two metals bond together through galvanic corrosion. When you try to pull a plug at 100,000 miles, it snaps off flush with the head. Instead of a $120 spark plug change in your driveway, You're now looking at $1,300 or more in machine work to extract the broken piece. A thin coat of nickel anti-seize on each plug's threads prevents this completely. Some owners pull their plugs every 30,000 to 40,000 miles just to reapply and put the same plugs back in. 30 minutes of preventive work that saves a potential nightmare. One note for NGK plug users. NGK torque specs assume dry threads. If you apply anti-seize, reduce your torque by about 25% to compensate. That keeps the plug seated correctly without over-tightening into the soft aluminum. Number 1. Caliper grease on brake slide pins. A $5 to $10 tube of Permatex or Sil Glide silicone brake grease fixes the most common brake complaint I hear from Ram owners: squealing, uneven pad wear, pulling to one side under braking. 9 times out of 10, when I pull the caliper off, the slide pins are bone dry or packed with road grit. The slide pins let the caliper float and center itself over the rotor. When they stick, one pad does all the work, wears out twice as fast, and generates uneven heat that warps the rotor. Every brake job you do, pull the pins out, wipe them clean, and apply fresh caliper grease. 30 seconds per side. The ironic part is most dealers skip this during a $500 brake service. They charge you top dollar and do not bother with a step that takes less than a minute and costs a penny's worth of grease. Do it yourself, and your brakes will outlast anything the dealer puts out. So there you have it. Those are the 9 products to keep away from your Ram and the 4 worth every penny. One wrong bottle can cost you thousands. One right product can save you from a repair bill you never saw coming. See you on the road, buddy.